Hey everyone, this is Dr. DeLopo here, and I just want to share a little video that may maybe help one person in regards to dealing with some grief or sadness or whatever emotional stuff you might be experiencing, especially during the holidays. It is right now December 7. I'm very sensitive to this time of year because a lot of times we just assume everyone's having a great time because it's the holidays. You see all the Christmas spirit and everyone should be cheerful, but it's not that case with everyone. I know that personally, and I know that from here professionally as a doctor here of acupuncture and Chinese medicine in my practice. And this is a time where many people can easily remember the loved ones who are not with us. I'll be turning 50 this year, and 5 years ago, 4 friends passed away, and it was already hard enough to see 3 people that I cared about, transition from this life. And the 4th one was a very, very dear friend of mine, and he was like a brother. And he passed away on December 19, which happens to be my birthday. So it was like it pierced even more because I lost friends, people that I cared about, but then I lost the closest of all 4 of them to me, and it happened to be on my birthday. So I'm very conscientious of other people's, emotions. I've been a healer. I've been studying Chinese medicine since 1994. So by nature, I'm very sensitive to people's emotions, what they're thinking, how they're feeling. I don't take it on personally, but I do have the sensitivity that this may be difficult for them. As I get older, I've become more adept at, understanding death is promised to all of us, and it's hard to deal with grief. But one thing I do know in Chinese medicine is that the body follows the mind follows the spirit, and we have to work at moving on with our lives, and that's easier said than done. Last year, my dog Pikachu, she was 15, and we had to put her down. That was one of the hardest things I had to do in my life. So there are things that I want to bring up. I have a patient, and a few years ago during COVID, in December, someone very close to the family had taken his life. And that's hard, and he was young, he was a teenager. And I myself have a 19-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 6-year-old. So being a mom, I'm also conscientious very much about children and their mental health. And it's been 3 years now, and the family must still grieve. They will never. How do you heal from that? And I'm not in that position, but I can only imagine how hard it is for the parents. So I would like, and I'm seeing stuff going on right now in my practice where people are dealing with things. Grief in Chinese medicine has to do with the lungs. And, we're all, concerned about respiratory illnesses, infections. And we have to protect our lungs. I'm always talking about, around this time, I've done a few videos on protecting your throat and stuff like that. But I do want to bring up something that every acupuncturist on the planet knows, which is the emotion of the lungs is grief. Not just sadness, but specifically grief. This would be a great time for you to do your Qigong, to strengthen your lungs, to strengthen the organ that comes before the lungs, which is the earth, the spleen and the stomach. But I'm not going to go all into the Chinese medicine stuff right now. What I want to share is be gentle on yourself, friends. Just be gentle. If you need time to reflect, just be alone, do things on your own, hibernate, and go to therapy, do self-care work. One of my dear friends came in for treatment today, and he called it, I'll just say the letter M. He said it's M Day. He's taking care of himself today. And that's something that I would like all of you to consider, whether it's, here it's acupuncture and massage. If you want to see your chiropractor, your therapist, your physical therapist, whoever it is that helps you, your massage therapist, your hairstylist. We all, my dad had a barbershop for, 25, 30 years. And I want to say 30 years. And, he still cuts some of his clients' hair at his house because I'm the daughter of a barber. And so, like Ice Cube's movie Barbershop, it is like that. The barber, our hairstylist, they are our therapists. So this is a time that I would like to let everyone know, especially beginning of December, be gentle on yourself. Do what you got to do to take care of yourself. Try your best to not overindulge in food and alcohol. Be very conscientious. Acupuncture is great for treating all kinds of addictions. But, if acupuncture is not your thing, there are other ways for self-care. Of course, I'm going to be, constantly thinking about acupuncture because this is what has been in my life since 1994. So I love Chinese medicine. Whatever it is that you need to do to heal or just, be gentle on yourself. I had the privilege to make new friends this year. Going out, get yourself out of the house. If you have to hibernate and just be by yourself, don't do it too long. Like, be with people, take some time to yourself. But that when I say hibernate, I don't mean like a whole month, lock yourself in. This is, get out. But if you need to, listen to yourself and take time. If you're always go, go, go. December 17 is going to be one of our most special Qigong days because it's going to be my birthday Qigong. The 19th is my birthday. December 17 is the last day that I'll be doing Qigong at the beach in my 40s. And I'm very privileged and honored to share that with you. If you would like to hang out with me at the beach on December 17, it'll be, I'll be 4, which means, I'll be 4 that day. So if you do Qigong with me, you know exactly what that means. And it's going to be so much fun. And if you're with me, maybe we can do lunch afterwards because there are a lot of restaurants right there. But this is what I do for self-care. There are so many things going on with my children's schedules, especially my second one. She's going to be performing at the Jimmy Kimmel Los Angeles Bowl. There's Nutcracker. There's one thing after another, all regarding dance. And one of the things that I do to take care of myself is instead of waking up at 6 a.m. and driving to L.A. to be there by 9, I'm going to stay in a hotel the night before. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to, move as slowly as possible because my life is so scheduled. So if you can, take some time to just, be by yourself, but make some time to be with others, but don't overschedule yourself. So the 18th night, Monday night, I'm not going to be working. And then the 19th, I'm not going to work. On the 20th, I'm not going to work. I remember it was years before I said, I'm not working on my birthday anymore. I work for myself. I'm not going to work on my birthday anymore. And I've kept that promise to myself. And every December 19, I'm off. Well, as I've gotten even a little older, I take off either the day before or the day after. Well, this time I'm going to take the night before, the day, and the day after off. And my kids are still in school. But I'm just gonna take it very easy. Probably no jiu-jitsu that week. I don't know. It's just gonna be all about me. So part of my message today also is look at your schedule this month and schedule yourself. It's very easy in December, whether you're celebrating. I don't know when Hanukkah is this month, but this season. But it can be Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate, or Christmas. There are all kinds of parties, and you don't have to always extend yourself so much. People always ask me, what are you going to do for Christmas? It's like, I have so many things before even my birthday. So I'm just focusing on today. So that could be something that you think about. Just think about today before you think about tomorrow. That way you don't feel overwhelmed. I don't buy a gift till the week of, or even a day or two before. There are things that you can buy online, and just, of course, do your best to support your local businesses. But if your schedule is just so tight, try to just buy things right before, like a day or two before, online, maybe, at some store, and just have it delivered. So then that's one less thing you have to do than going out and overwhelming yourself to go deal with parking and all that at this time of year. These are just some things that I've just shared with some of my patients, where you can just take it a little easier, not feel so overwhelmed, and you can, really sit with the feelings that you're going through during this time, because many people can also use December as a distraction. The pain is there. Having lost people is there. Having lost pets are there. Having lost a marriage or lost a job or something, it's the loss that affects our lungs. One thing you can do to protect your lungs is the Qigong, the acupuncture, the herbs, but maybe just even listening to your body, listening to yourself, listening to what you need. And I have a 90-10 rule. 90%, 95% of the time, eat really good. And then 5-10% of the time, if that's too much, then maybe 1 or 2% of the time, eat something that's not so good, so you don't feel like you have to be on such a strict diet. These are the things that I'm seeing right now in my practice, where people are feeling either overwhelmed or stressed out or unable to breathe, or, and I can hear their voices, their tempo being very quickly when they talk, and then I gotta do this and I gotta do that, and then I just, calm down their brain, relax their brain waves, and when they leave, there's this huge, very tangible transformation in them, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And then that's the part what I would say, and a natural, whatever your name is, natural. Because when you're living in a boop, and everything is scheduled, and you got to make this phone call, and you got to make that time, and then, no, my patients are trained that if you can, stay here 1 to 3 hours so that you can relax and go back to who you are, go back to your state of being calm and happy and relaxed, which is your natural state. Having high blood pressure, having low platelets, having some kind of disease, having some kind of pain, digestive issues, nausea, headaches, migraines, painful periods, and stuff like that. That's not natural. It's becoming your normal, but it's not natural. So this is the time for you. And if this just reaches one person, it's okay. But whoever's watching this, I want you to know this is a time for you to still be the best version of yourself. And if the best version of yourself is being happy, focus on your happiness factor. When you're happy, the people around you are happy. You attract happiness, you create happiness, you manifest happiness. If you want to focus on peace, be the person who delivers peace, and peace will be brought onto you. Just some things to consider. And if you're still in a state of grieving, then grieve. Hickson Gracie in his book, Breathe, talked about that when he lost his son, I think it was like a year or 2 years, I think it was 2 years, where he just went back to Brazil and felt all his pain. He completely felt all of it. And that's a privilege many of us don't have, to not be able to work for a couple of years and just, because many of us have to financially go back to work. We need to go to work, and we need to work for money. And, maybe that's something that you can also work on, is your intention on your personal growth, your financial growth, your mental growth. But my point is, focus on you. That's what I wanted to share about the Hickson Gracie thing. Focus on you. When you focus on you, everyone else will honor your boundaries, and they will honor your need to be, honor your need to take time for yourself, and honor your need to heal. So nothing is a distraction. You do things because you want to, not to distract yourself. So I hope you all have a very happy holiday season. I practice Christmas. So Merry Christmas. Have a great time. Take care.